What's up, Collectors Mingle every Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Tonight, we got a great show for you. The Death Trooper, the Black Chrome Death Trooper. We got Riva. We got the figure that everyone's talking about, Riva. We got Weightless happening. What does this mean for the future of collecting? The Boba Fett quarter scale, right? That's on Weightless. Peacemaker. The Bat Cycle. Maybe even the Batman eventually, but not yet. We got the Iron Man Gantry on Weightless, right? What's next? So we're going to talk about that. Talk about some third-party stuff, whether they're a serious competitor for Hot Toys. So we'll talk about a lot of cool stuff. So just hang out. It's coming right at you. Yo, what is up, everybody? Another great episode, hopefully, tonight of Collectors Mingle, 8 p.m. Eastern. Dean the Dream is supposed to be here, but we don't know where he's at. With the ladies, that's all I can assume right now, because whenever we don't know Leo, I feel like we have to assume that Dean is with the ladies. I mean, after that Jabba the Hutt thing, I don't think he's ever wanted for a lady ever again. So, it's,
That's highly possible.
I think it's probable. I think it's probable at this point. That clip is legendary, bro.
I mean, it's Dean. So.
I mean, it's true. It's like, dude, these streams sometimes get X-rated. We got Dean doing that, Cam clapping cheeks, and it's like everybody doing all their crazy shit, dude. But
crazy shit,
man.
bro.
But yeah, guys, it's gonna be a fun one tonight. We're gonna talk about some cool stuff. We got a lot of fun topics on the docket here, but big picture stuff that's gonna be pretty fun because really, you guys know there's not that much news. So I mean, we'll talk about what we can, but we're gonna get into the news that we do have, and then we'll talk about the more big picture stuff. Yeah, let's introduce this amazing 2-3-person panel, including myself. But Carlos, how you doing tonight, man? I see some Arkham Knight figures behind you.
Yeah, I'm doing actually pretty good. I actually thought that this stream was in 20 minutes. So thank you for reminding me. I don't know why I thought it was 5:30, even though I'm here every Sunday now. So this was kind of weird. But no, I'm doing good. I have those Arkham Knight figures. I finally I had the Arkham Knight, and then I just needed a second one to have Red Hood. So then those are the two I have right now, which is pretty cool. I think the one on the right has like real leather underneath, so none of that flaking stuff going on. And no, Will, don't talk about what happened with it.
Dude, I've been sworn to secrecy, so I don't know anything. So yeah, man. But I hope it smells okay. That's all I can say. But
motherfucker,
I'm sure it will, dude. I'm sure it will. So, Carlos, happy to have you here, man. Happy to have you here. I always love your diecast pan collection in the background. So it's
it's better than most. I feel like it's really nice.
Yeah,
it's taking me a long time to build. So
isn't your toaster like worth like $150 or something like that?
It's like $200 toaster. We've been over.
Yeah, see, bro. Like I gotta step my game up. I gotta change fields of occupation here.
My voice. What's it called? Activated trash can too. I hit it.
You got a voice activated trash can?
Did I? Yeah. Weren't you on the panel when I did it?
No,
I
don't think so,
open
that's
can.
That's like Elon Musk.
The trash can opens.
Yeah.
You were on there.
No, bro, that wasn't me. This is news to me.
Leo, were you on there? You were on there, right? When
I forget where it was. What we were.
Was it on maybe Brother Cousins?
It might have been either on Brother Cousins or was it on Mafia? I don't know. It was on somebody's channel.
It was on someone's, and I said I can say open can or open
and
trash.
It just opened right up. Yeah.
And it opens up. So
right, well, very exciting, dude. Happy to have you here as always. And Leo, happy to have you here as always too, bro. How you doing?
Appreciate it, brother. Man? Yeah, man. Everything was going good. It's been a good day. Actually, it's been a really, really good 2 days. Me and Toya out and about. Had some good times and stuff like that. We just kind of booking up appointments next Wednesday or next Saturday. We're going to go go-kart races. So we're happy about that.
Ooh.
And I was just looking up, like I was messaging one of my tattoo artists because, he hooked me up with a person. I'm thinking about getting a few removed.
Really?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about, there's some that I want, again, it's so when I start looking at everything, I'm just like, you know what? I mean, do I really want these here or, I don't know. I'm just thinking about longevity, you know what I mean? And stuff like that. And the older you get, and you start looking at them, I'm like, do I want to start just removing some now, or I don't know.
That
Like I said,
process is
it's
painful though, isn't it? That's what I've heard. Yeah.
yeah, it is a painful process, but again, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it's just one of those things where I'm just kind of taking a look and seeing if it might be something that I want to do. I mean, because I'm not getting any younger, and you know what I mean? You start losing your hair, you start losing everything, you know what I mean? So it's just like, you know what? I gotta make some changes. So other than that, yeah, man, pretty good.
Nice, man. Well, happy to have you.
So you're
here.
gonna
It's
go.
funny. Yeah, what were we gonna say, Carlos?
I was gonna say you were gonna go go-kart racing.
Yeah, we're gonna go-kart racing next Saturday. Me and Toya, because we was just thinking about it because we were in the Target parking lot and she was racing with the cart. So I was like, you know what? Let's go next week. She's like, I'm down. Let's go. So yeah, we're gonna go next weekend.
So I took my family to, I took my family to go-kart racing, and they have arcades and everything. And you thinking if I'm gonna take everyone, I'm gonna use a go-kart, but I didn't end up using it because I had testicle pain. So I was like, you know what? If I use this go-kart and it's really bumpy, I may squeeze my legs and I may make my testicle pain even worse. So that was my go-kart story.
It's no joke, dude. When you have a hurt testicle, you really got to rest that thing. So
I was like, man, if I get on this go-kart, it's gonna be bumping. If someone bumps into me and it squeezes my nut, dude, it's game over.
Be in a lot of pain.
You know what I mean?
Not gonna be feeling good.
That's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah. See, Leo, man, it's a fun Three Musketeers type show tonight, I guess. Yeah. So it'll be fun, man. But guys, before we address the first topic, let's address the amazing chat that we have out there tonight. So let me go ahead and share some of these comments. Tully, what's up, Tully? What up, Will? Hope all is well. What's up, Tully? Happy to have you here, man. Always love that Kylo lightsaber that you have in your avatar, man. Very impressed with that. Let's see, Blurred Dad Life evening, everyone. What's up, Blurred Dad Life? Mr. Jonathan himself, the winner of that giveaway a while back that we did. Let's see, DTR man. What's up, everybody? Yeah, that Carlos did, I guess, the giveaway, really. But, what's up, everybody? AJ, what's up? AJ, channel member. AJ, hello, everyone. Hope all is well. Nathan Alker, what's up, Nathan? What's up, guys? Mr. Han Shot First Bases, who actually have the snow base. Really, really good work that Nathan does. So check him out. Tyria, hi, chat. Hi, Tully. Let's see here. Dean is with Endgame Loki. He probably is out in the middle of the ocean somewhere. That's probably where. S-Beam. Hello, all. What's up, Sean Bean? Let's see. Collector Chris. Dean, the ladies' machine. That's what they call him.
Oh, yeah.
Javier, Dean's late. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, Dean's actually usually really early, so I don't know what's going on today. He probably got the times mixed up or something. Insane One. Hello, all. What's up, Insane One? Cam's Feezy's figure said Cam's clapping cheeks. Yeah, he is, bro. That's just what he does, supposedly. I don't know. That's what he says. Kiwi Collector. What's up, Will? What's up, Kiwi Collector? Let's see here. Brandon said, happy Sunday, y'all. Last was part 1. Dude, I keep meaning to bring the game down to show it on screen. I've been playing it and loving it. So my general thoughts on it, it looks incredible, plays incredible. But if you've already played the game, I can see why some people might be like, I don't know if I want to pay $70 for this. But for a super fan like myself, I'm loving it. And if you've never played the game, yeah, really, really good. So very excited about it. Let's see. Collectible chats. What's up, everybody? Hope all is well. Let's see here. Docinator said, Will on fire with the jean jacket. Thanks so much, Docinator. I'm also sporting my Loki shirt from Design with Becca. So I wanted to share that real quick before we move on to the next comment. Just a brief little thing. So Becca's Instagram, she's the one who sent me and made me this shirt. It's awesome. She has a lot of cool designs on here. You can see, you can customize it. There's mine. See, right? So you can get a lot of cool stuff from her. Like I said, I honestly, Carlos might know better than me. I don't know how much they cost, but I know they're reasonable. So
I don't know how much they cost either.
Yeah, see, we need to know this information a little bit better. But like I said, there's a lot of cool stuff on here, a lot of tie-dye stuff, and you can customize a lot of cool shit with her. So she messaged me and asked me what I wanted to do. We went back and forth on a lot of cool different designs. So pretty cool. Yeah, I would recommend. Dope. Yeah, bro. I would highly recommend. Let's see. Fat Batman's collecting nightmare. Hey everyone, what's up, Fat Batman's? And thanks so much, Docinator, for the kind words, by the way. Cover them with a Selena Kyle portrait. Yes, Leo could do that, I guess, if he wanted to. Let's see. Doing donuts in Target parking lot. Is that you, Javier, or is that Dean? Because one of you two is doing that, it sounds like. Mr. Riley Reviews, what's up? Working right now. Working, as always, on the weekends. That's what he does. Riley said, what an amazing panel. And Carlos. Nice. Classic Riley. Let's see. Ren Saltino, Collectors Mingle to start my week. Yes. Yeah, I forgot because Ren's in the Philippines. So I guess he's a little bit ahead of us.
I guess so.
Yeah. And Ren, your pictures are being hung tomorrow. You can see them right on the floor. We've got the wire on them and everything. So they're being hung tomorrow. Let's see. Great place to be. Amazing community. Thanks so much, Amaze One. Darth Drez, good game. Don't need a remaster. It's a really good game. It's the GOAT. And I'll convince Carlos of it at some point. KG Collector, what's up, guys? What's up, KG? KG Chalamet. I can never pull off the jean jacket like Will has. You could, dude. You could do it. K Carter 215. What's going on this evening, gentlemen? What's up, K Carter? Best Carter Kid said, Leo, if you ask, I'll send you more animated Boba Fett pics. Yeah, there you go. See?
Punk.
Best Carter Kid is he's here for me, apparently. So.
Yes, he loves Carlos. I don't know if you knew that.
He loves my
Leo,
pen collection. So.
Yeah, he does. He does, bro. But guys, let's jump into the first topic here because I want to talk about some actual news, and there's not much of it, but there is one thing, and it is the Chrome Trooper from the Death Trooper from Hot Toys that was announced and released. So I'm just going to kind of share Sideshow's video because really that's all we really got. We didn't really get too much else besides this. So, but you can see from the video here, we got some pretty close look at terms of what the figure actually looks like and what it came out like. I have this on pre-order and I got it in the, via the Star Wars Celebration thing. I think Riley or Denobi, one of them guys sent me a code and I got free shipping on it. So I was really excited about this. This is still on pre-order. It's not free shipping anymore, but it's actually still up for pre-order. I sold my original Rogue One Death Trooper Specialist to get this one. And I'm actually pretty excited about it. So I'm going to start actually with Leo. Leo, with this Chrome Death Trooper, is this something you're going to pick up? Do you feel like kind of satisfied with what you're seeing?
Yeah, definitely I am. Again, like I said, the chromed out version looks pretty good. I mean, you can actually fit him in nicely with the rest of the Death Troopers. You can actually even have your own specialist, if you want to call it that. You know what I mean? Like for him to actually stand out amongst everyone else. It's different though, because it's crazy because we're getting, these different iterations of these figures. And you think that, by now there would probably be some pushback, but once you get them in hand, it's just totally different. The chromed out or the we got the Chrome Clone Troopers, which, right over there. I haven't opened yet. I'm just waiting for the Boba Fett arena suit to arrive, which should be Tuesday, because it's actually here. It's actually at the depot, so I'm just waiting for it. But yeah, I mean, you would thought that pretty much there would be some pushback, and it has been. It's going to be one of those things. If they continue this line, that's when you'll probably hear the conversation just kind of change. People are going to be like, you know what, I'm over it, stuff like that. But just like I said, for right now, just welcome it while you can. I just chose not to pass up on any of them, especially as far as the line itself, because once they're gone and then people are complaining about, damn, I wanted it, I should have had it, or I should have bought it. I don't want to be one of them. So definitely I'm excited about it. But I did, I was like, I'm not taking chances with it. I didn't put it on. It's on pre-order, but I changed it. Originally it was just, once it's available, I was going to get it, but I changed it to payment, just, once a month payment until it's paid off, because of the simple fact that I just don't want to run into that situation where it's just sitting there. You take my money and it's sitting for a couple of weeks. I just don't trust Sideshow when it comes to that. So, but yeah, I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty cool, Leo. At one point, I was considering canceling this, but then I was like, Death Trooper is my favorite trooper. So I'm like, I really do want one. And this came out looking really good. It's funny, Leo, because I thought the Clone Trooper ended up looking like a little matte. Like it didn't look as shiny as I thought. And I saw Bob Dylan's post about that on Facebook, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like I kind of agree a little bit. Like maybe in person it's a little bit different, but
yeah.
Like this Chrome Trooper with the Death Trooper, it looks shiny to me. Like it looks like it should, I feel like. But yeah, man. But Carlos, how are you feeling about this, dude? Is this something you're gonna get? I can't remember.
No, I'm not gonna get it. I actually had it on pre-order and then I'm canceling. I just didn't think it was gonna go well with my pots and pans. So I was like, you know what, it's not gonna mix. So I'm just gonna cancel this. No, I mean, it's cool. Actually, so I'm not a big fan of like a bunch of different variants, just to be a variant, even like Iron Man stuff like Neon Tech or like the Listerine one. So all these Chrome Troopers, in Arena Boba Fett, I wasn't really a big fan because it just feels like a pointless variant. But this one actually looks pretty cool, just because it's actually he is a his armor is black and they just made it chrome, so it goes really well with it. So I actually think this one's actually pretty cool. It wouldn't look too out of place, and I actually like this a lot. I know when I went to Star Wars Celebration, when I ditched everyone and I made sure not to see anyone or say hi. So I saw this one along with the clone trooper, and this one was really cool, man. Even Becca really loved this one compared to the other ones. The clone trooper looks pretty mad, pretty boring. Same thing with the Arena Boba Fett, but this one looks really good. I think surprisingly the demand wasn't in for this one though. I wonder why.
I was surprised too.
Yeah, the pre-order's still up. This one may possibly sit, I don't know, but really cool. I think, see, this looks really badass, and it goes with the actual color scheme that it's supposed to go with. So I thought it was actually very unique for what it is. Not like porcelain or like gold or I don't know, some random color just to be a random color. You know what I mean? So, but hey, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think it came out pretty awesome, man. So I'm pretty excited about it. And the fact that it was free shipping, which was really nice. So, since we got to do
so you're actually going to keep it?
Yeah, I'm going to keep it. Yeah, I'm going to keep it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's
I'm
pretty
excited.
Cool. Yeah.
I'm excited about it, dude. Yeah, just because I love having a Death Trooper, and I kind of missed the one that I sold. I sold it to Sean actually. I got a good deal on it, Lael, with selling it to Sean, and I knew I was getting this one, so I was like, I'll just get this one. Specialist has the Pauldron, which is nice, but with that pleather, man, it's a ticking time bomb. So it's I kind of want. You can always get a leather one like Carlos did.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, but it was kind of like the Specialist Pauldron was pretty cool and all that, but at the same time, Clone Trooper. Who is this that just popped up on our live stream?
Dean.
Whoa.
What's up?
Dude,
What's up?
How was the night with the ladies, Dean? How you doing, man?
It was long. A long, exhausting one.
Did you think the stream was at 5:30 also?
No, I was waiting. I was like, I got 2 hours to kill. I'll just watch some YouTube, and I passed out.
Nice.
I was just like dead on my couch. I'm so sorry.
Nah,
I thought it was at 5:30. Will had to message me. He's like, "Bitch, jump on."
I know. I was like, "Bitch, get online."
Well, I woke up and I was like, I still have like 30 minutes to kill. I'm gonna go get some tea, grab a snack, and then I was looking at Will messaged me like, "Where are you?" I was like, "Oh, damn, 8:00 his time."
Nah, it's all good, Dean. Dean, fill us in on the black chrome Death Trooper, dude. What are you thinking about it?
Honestly, I don't hate it. It's just kind of boring, honestly.
Okay.
Like, I understand like the niche for it, and like people really like them. Like the chrome gold stormtrooper, the gold stormtrooper, the clone troopers now.
The bronze.
They look cool. Yeah, the bronze one. Then like the China.
They're stupid as shit, right?
Yeah, like for me personally, it would never fit in my collection, but I could see why people like them. So like I get it, but also at the same time, it's like I don't know. Like I said, I don't hate it, but I'm also not.
You're indifferent. You're indifferent.
Yeah, indifferent is a good word.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm excited about it, so I think it's gonna be pretty cool. But I mean, it's not like a Loki or Cad Bane for me or anything. But I'm cool. I'm kind of excited about it. I think it's gonna be cool. But guys, I want to kind of mix and match the topics here a little bit tonight. So we're going with a little bit bigger one next before we hit some of the other news that we got on the docket. But I asked this to Kiko on Friday, but I feel like I need to ask you guys the same question because this is, I think, all that really we have to look at with collecting nowadays, right? Do we want things to stay the same? Because this sometimes happens in life. We all like routine, we like consistency, we like that type of thing. But we can't deny that right now the market is in a very interesting spot, right? So I'm gonna put this down on the bottom here. But yeah, basically the reason I'm asking this question is because we are getting the benefit of getting figures for cheap right now. We're getting everything discounted, everything we want. There's a lot of options, but then at the same time, like, is it too much? And if you ever want to sell something and you want to trade and get a different figure, that's very difficult right now. So the reason I want to ask the question is, do we want things to stay the same? do we maybe want them to go back to where they were previously, where we were used to paying retail and then you had better resale value, or now you can get figures for like a third of the market price or a half, right? Like this Boba Fett is $303 on Toys Wonderland, right? You have to pay shipping, so probably $60, right? But that's still a lot better than it was at $495 on Sideshow plus shipping and tax before the discount, right? So do we kind of want things to stay the same or do we want them to change? So I'll start with Carlos on this one. Carlos, do you want the market to stay exactly how it is, or do you want things to change with the way collecting is going right now?
No, I don't want the market to stay the same because the market is down, right? None of us would want things to stay the same because it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. We're going to talk about value later, right? So I don't want to
probably a little bit, but you can get into it. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, all right. So I've always said this, right? If you don't respect money, you're not going to have any at the end. And figures is not about an investment or making a ton of money with it. It's not about that. It's just about that, if you're collecting something, and I understand it's going to be used, it should be something of, for the most part, that carries some value. And we all worry about value, right? That's why some of us are looking for the best deal, right? So no, I wouldn't want things to stay the same because you can buy this for $400, even at a discount, and be $300 or $250 or even lower, right? So I wouldn't want that for anyone where figures just consistently go down in price. So I think overall, when it comes down to the what's going on with Hot Toys and its current market price, no, I just think that it's not. I think that's why a lot of people are also leaving 1/6 and they're getting into statues, right? And I know a lot of people say, well, I just collect for the love of it, and that's fine. We all have that until you ever want to sell a piece, right? It's not that we're trying to make money on it. It's just that, hey, maybe you win some, you lose some. That's okay. It balances out. But it feels like you're losing on everything. Unless you bought something 5 years ago, 4 years ago, for the most part, it feels like you're losing on every figure that you want to sell. We change our mind all the time. Things change, space change. We have to move, whatever it may be. And if you ever want to get rid of something, you're losing a ton of money. You know what I mean? So it's not it's worth it at this point. You know what I mean? To collect as far as like paying full retail price for it. And that's okay. You know what I mean? We have to change that now and hopefully things fix itself. So
right. Yeah, I guess we'll see. But Leia, what do you think, man? Do you think we're in a good spot in terms of getting things cheap? Is that ultimately in our benefit? What do you think? Do you want it to change or stay the same?
For me, I don't care about the market. And I'm just being completely honest. That's just for me because I know what I collect for. You know what I mean? Right. I know why I collect. I never got into collecting to sell figures. And that was never something that I got into the market for. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I collected for sheer, and people can say what they will. They can challenge me on it. It's just my opinion. I got into it just for pure nostalgia. Pieces that I got are pieces that I want that I would probably never sell. You know what I mean? And even if I do sell, whatever I make from it, I make from it. At least I know that I had that time to enjoy it. I don't get into it for that, and when when these market discussions happen, it's sort of like, I know it's good for some. And I know basically it's good because it is a space that we exist in and it's kind of good to know. It's informative. For me, it's just like, I don't, I participate in it, but it just really it doesn't really bother me either way. You know what I mean? If I can get the figure for a decent price, I'm definitely going to get it. And that's fine. You know what I mean? If I get it for a cheaper price, that's perfectly fine because I know why I'm getting it. I know I'm getting it because, again, it is a representation of something that, is near and dear for me or something I'm connected to. I understand that there are people out there who are more so thrusted into the market because that's what they look at. People who buy and sell, trade is always going to be one of the biggest things. If the market isn't there for it, if you're basically seeing these drops and you can't sell figures at the point, I understand how certain people will be. I mean, and how they'll handle that and they'll look at it. For me, because I've never got into it, it doesn't bother me either way. You know what I mean? Like it's not something that I look at and say that it's really detrimentally important for me because it's not. You know what I mean? I get into it for the art of it. You know, I like creating art pieces. I like having pieces that represent something for me. If it's something that I don't want, I'm not going to collect it because it's not in representation. But if I can get something cheap, definitely I will. But it's still, even getting it at a cheaper price has to be something that I've had an interest in. Either way, bro, it's not something that I'm really connected to. It's not to basically fault anybody else that is. It's just that for me personally, it's of no concern. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Yeah. So basically, like for you at the end of the day, it's just getting the figure that you love, and that's pretty much the end of it.
Yeah,
right?
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
So if you were to buy, so if you were to get a Thanos or $400 and now it's going for like 270, that doesn't bother you?
Nope, because I have Thanos, and I got the Thanos when it was like almost 400, and it didn't bother me because that just means that it's just like right now, and it's not just in figures, but we live that every day.
Yeah.
You can actually go out and get a pair of Jordan 1s, right? If it sits for a long time and it's there, you'll end up probably getting that at a decent price, cheaper. Sometimes you'll go to Foot Locker, you'll see that the shoe's been marked down to like $90, $75. Am I going to complain because at that time I actually got it for a price that I wanted it? You know, when I wanted it, you know what I mean? So no, I'm not, because now I understand that this is how it works. If it sits for a long period of time, yes, it's going to get marked down. If you can get it at a cheaper discounted rate, yeah, I mean I'm happy for everybody who got it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Yeah. So that doesn't bother me at all. Who cares if I got it for 400 at the time that it was available, and I paid the actual retail price for it, but then it sat for a long period of time, and then somebody else got, or even if it didn't, say for instance, I paid retail price for it, and then I wind up seeing it like maybe a couple weeks later, a month later at a discounted rate. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm not going to bitch and moan on it because it's not something that's important to me. It's important that I got that figure when I got it, and at the simple fact that it is an art piece for me. I'm looking at it. The only value for me is the artistic creativity, the vision. Sure. That's the value for me, not the expense. Yeah. But again, like I said, it's different strokes for different folks. Yeah. It doesn't bother me, but I know it may bother other people.
Yeah, I guess for me, it would be more like if I was to buy one thing, like a car or something, or maybe not a car, but something else, like I buy it randomly. I got a discount, I could have waited. Oh, well. But I feel like with something like this, I understand, like, it's one thing. But this is not one thing. It ends up being like 20 figures, 30 figures. A lot of people have, 40, 50 figures. And if every single figure, I feel like you're losing it. I understand there's a love of collecting and love of art, love of posing. But at one point, where does the logic start coming in? It's like, you know what? I understand I love this, but then like at one point or another, like these things are just significantly cheaper, where it's like, okay, I still love this, but maybe I don't have to pay full price. And maybe I can wait for these things to go down a little bit and then pick it up and still have the same equal amount of enjoyment. I still enjoy the art.
What we do. Yeah. That's what we do.
You know what I mean? Like
that's what listen, I got, that, Winter Soldier right? At a decent deal. I knew I was going to get it. Yeah. It's going to be an incredible companion piece, with, my Captain America, Sam Wilson. So, I'll have it and it bodes well with it. But am I upset at the simple fact that, I paid as much as I did for Sam Wilson, but I'm paying less for no, you know what I mean? I'm not really, again, for me, the value, and again, it's going to always be different strokes for different folks. But if I got into it for that, I would have probably checked out a long time ago. You know what I mean? If I got into it because of that, I'd have probably been like, you know what, peace, I'm not dealing with this anymore. Especially if there's no value in the value is what you put into it. It's from anybody's perspective. How they value it is how they value it. Some people are really concerned about the market, but again, if you know how it works, if you know how retail works in general, it's not just in collecting when it comes to figures, but it's even figures that you actually see. People who basically collect Black Series, people who collect Mezco. Those pieces will get marked down. Like literally, they will get marked down. You might be able to find it at a different place at a discounted rate. I mean, if you can find it that way, then that's fine. But am I going to get mad that if I purchased the figure at wholesale or at the retail price and somebody else got it cheaper? Good on you. That's what's up. I'm happy for you. either way, I still have the figure that I wanted. You know what I mean? That's just the way I see it. You know,
Yeah.
that's how it works
Yeah.
for me. But I understand that weeks later, months later, it may get marked down. It may be a bit cheaper. That's just the way the world works. I mean,
it
that's
could
just
also
how
get
it
way
works.
more expensive too.
Yeah, it could.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can. It definitely can. Like if you can, if once it sells out, if you didn't get it while you could get it and it sells out and it becomes what everybody labels a grail piece or something that's sought after, or if it's something that's going to probably show up later and it's more value to that piece, then yes, it can shoot up.
Yeah.
But again, if I already have my hands on it, it is what it is. Because I'm going to tell you, that's what's going to basically happen. For instance, and I was talking about this on a Mafia show last night. That's what's definitely going to happen with that heavy infantry Mando. A lot of people got rid of it, but that thing's about to shoot up again for this. It's going to shoot up, considering the simple fact that from what I know and from what's been told, it's going to be a very, particular or interesting, that character is going to play a very significant role in season 3. You know what I mean? So again, people are going to want that figure again. For those who basically sold it, they're going to be like, damn, I want it. Now I want it. Now I want it. That's how it always works. You know what I mean? That's just basically how it works. Yeah. And, for those who actually have it, okay, cool. I'm happy. But either way, I really don't care. Like I don't. Yeah. I have a piece that is important to me. That's why I only buy things that are important. When it's Star Wars, that's my lane. When it's Marvel, I'm very selective. I'm a comic book collector. When it comes to these figures, I really don't care about the likeness. And I don't collect by likeness. I collect by lore and what I know about that character and what I can get. So that's just where I'm at. That's it.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, I know what you're saying. I think, when I'm looking at it, it's like if I was to have 10 figures and if each figure could have saved $100, it's $1,000. If I could have saved 200, that's 2,000. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of looking at it like that. So while I may not be mad, I also recognize the fact that no figure is really going up in value except the Riva and Boba Fett. Sure, that's one. But aside from that, I don't really see that. You know what I mean? And, so I kind of try to look at it from like that point. You know what I mean? Like, so for me, value, it's not, again, I'm not trying to like make money on this because it's not really about that. It's also about the fact that like, hey, if I could have an extra $1,000 in my pocket, then that's great. Because at the same time, if you don't care about value, right, then like when these figures start going up in price, an extra 20 or 30, that's the first thing we see about like, oh, well, things are getting too expensive now. But like, are they? I mean, at the same time, it feels like if everyone's willing to pay retail, then like, are things really starting to get too expensive if it's for the love of collecting? You know what I mean? So I don't know. It just feels like for me, can't have it both ways of like, oh, well, I don't care about value. But when things start creeping up an extra $20, $30, everyone starts jumping. It's like, oh, things are getting too expensive now. Like, it's like, well, do you care about saving money or do you not? So, but anyway,
that's the thing. Like when we think about it, though, things go up in value. All right. So when we're talking about it, it does go up in value. But then we also notice that if you're going through a certain reseller, that there's another reseller that will have it cheaper. So that's why for me, it's not really too much of a complaint. In art is something totally different. That's a totally different breed. You know what I mean? Because you have to be lucky to be in that particular character. I mean, that category. Man, would be for J&D. You have to be a particularly organized collector. But that is what it is. Like I for me, again, I'm looking at it like this, bro. The Concorde or the Bread 11s, Jordan 11s, one of my favorite shoes, or the Jordan 1s, two of my favorite ones. Okay, so they drops, I buy it. Now, it's not a grail to me because I know 4 or 5 years later they're going to drop it again. They're going to drop that shoe again. Okay, now, am I going to get mad because number one, I have it, they drop it again later at a cheaper price, but I paid it? No, I'm not. I mean, again, I got it when it was available. I got it when and again, if there's a company or other companies that out there that actually buy in bulk and say, look, we got it for a cheaper rate, happy for you. Because I didn't even know it was in existence. I didn't even know who you were at that time. And at the same time, I didn't do the research. I know where I went. I was able to actually secure the bag and I'm cool. But I know that there are a lot of people out there are like that they look at numbers. They do. The thing is, it's like, I can't, we're in this game, in collecting, whether it's collecting or retail in general, especially in the world we live in right now, everybody's going to take a loss one way or another. Regardless, you're going to take a loss. You're going to take a loss every day when you go to the grocery store, you buy groceries, and you find out that the same thing that you purchased, you could have got somewhere else cheaper because they had it on sale. You're going to take a loss.
But that second time you don't do it again, though.
Well, you don't.
Right.
But at the same time, who knows if that's even going to be available once you go to the next spot, if it's going to be the same way. You never know.
But let's use that grocery example. So let's say I go buy, I don't know, a gallon of milk at Walmart. And then I'm like, well, fuck, Ralph's has it for like, I don't know, $1 less. And next month, they have it for the same price. And then next month, a month after that, they have it for the same price. Well, I'll be like, well, fuck it. I want to go to Walmart. It's like, that doesn't make a lot of logical sense to me. Like, why not try to go get the same thing for less? You know what I mean? I know we're talking about like milk and all that and some stupid shit, but we're talking about like, at the end of the day, like, I just don't see why. I mean, I don't care what people do. I just don't understand the logic behind why you would want to spend like more money for the same thing, knowing good and well that it's going to happen. Like if you buy a pair of shoes, okay, cool. You bought it once. Well, who really cares? A pair of shoes, right? At the end. But it's something like you're going to buy multiple of these. Wouldn't you on purpose try to buy them at the lowest price, which I think you're doing. We're all are doing. You know what I mean? So that's
I think it's smart too.
What I'm saying. Like I think we all care about value, because if we didn't, it would be like, well, like Toys Wonderland, you may never get the figure, but you're like $50 is a great value, so I'm gonna buy it. You know what I mean? But if it wasn't for them, you'd be like, well, I'll buy it from Sideshow because I don't care about value. You know, so we all care about value to an extent, I guess. So
good point. It's just that for me, when I start talking about market, it takes me out of the love that I have for me personally. Again, there's a space for everybody, but for me personally, when I start drilling down and we have the when you have a drill down discussion about the market, it's not something that I'm really vested in because I know why I came into collecting. That's all.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean?
That's reasonable.
And there's no rhyme or there's no right or wrong way for anybody else.
There's
like,
definitely.
It's just that people have their preferences,
right.
and for me, I got into it for simply the love and the art form. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's where I'm at. That's all.
Yeah. So, Dean, where do you weigh in on this one? And before I get to Optical, good to see you, by the way.
But, I just heard about milk. And
I hope the Wendy's was good, dude. That's all I can say.
Wendy's are the
best. Dean, where do you lie on this one?
I'm kind of more in line with Liao's. Is I don't buy things. Obviously, I try to get the best deals possible, right? But I don't buy things with the hopes of they're going to be worth something one day. So if I buy a Thanos at, $400 and it dips down to $200, like does it bother me? Sure. Like, damn, I could have waited like 4 months. I could have got it for half the price. That fucking sucks. But I also don't let it fucking ruin my life and then sell the figure for $200 and then take a hit because I'm like, well, that's all it's ever going to be worth. So who cares? It's like, well, that's what it's worth today. And there's a lot of these figures lying around, right? So obviously the price is low. But the second those wells dry up, those prices are going to be right back to, $400 or $500 plus. It's just, right now they're sitting around the where the market is, not a lot of people buying them at these prices. But when they get cheap enough and they're all gone, that price is going to go up again anyway. So, I always try and get the best prices possible. Obviously right now is great for people who are buying because the prices are so low. But I don't buy things to in turn sell them. Like, I buy for me. So if I buy early, and you can ask Zach, like I rarely ever sell anything.
Yeah, right. Leo doesn't really sell very often either. Yeah.
I also rarely ever pay retail. I always buy secondhand. Like, why would I spend, top dollar when I go look for a deal? I might not get it right away. I might not get it for a few years, but I'll eventually find it, or even now, maybe you're technically paying retail, just the prices are so low, from Toys Wonderland. But I don't really let the market dictate what I buy and when I buy, or even if I sell. Let's just say the Thanos was worth $1,200. That's my Thanos. I I'm not going to be able to replace it at $1,200. Like, I'm not selling it. Like, I don't care what it's worth because it's mine. Like, it belongs to me.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So Optical, where are you at on this one? Because I can give my opinion at the end, but I want to hear Optical. You've been in this game a long time, so I want to hear kind of. I know Lael has too, but I want to hear your insight. And do you want things to stay the same? What do you think about it?
What did Carlos say? Because I want to be.
Yeah, Carlos was saying basically that he wants things to change. He wants the market to kind of heal itself. It sounds like, and maybe have a little more these things retaining their value a little bit better.
Oh. Then I'll go the exact opposite.
He did say Cam Newton was a bust. So,
Before I came in, I was like, I heard Lael talking about Concord, so I was just like, sweet, talking about sneakers now. And then
right. There's a sneaker.
Carlos said
now.
about milk, and I was just like, oh man,
right. We're covering all bases, dude. That's true.
To be quite honest with you, I think it's kind of like stock market. It's going to correct itself, whatever the case is. That's just like the cycle of it. I like the current form that we're in because I'm more of a buyer than a seller. I like buying things that are cheap rather than selling things that are expensive. I'd rather be. I like the fact that I can go to pop culture and gonna be able to afford the things that I normally wouldn't buy. What did I buy recently? Who was that? Will, the one from Black Widow. I forgot her name.
Oh, Taskmaster.
Taskmaster.
Oh,
I normally wouldn't buy her, but because it was it was a good deal, I bought her. I like to be able to do that. Then sell my figure in a higher price. Because there's a drawback, right? Like if it retains value, that means we're not going to see a sale. That's the drawback to this argument. Higher prices, that means no sale. I'm more of a buyer than a seller. I sell, when I sell a figure, mostly that's sold out because I enjoy the figure for the next 5-6 years, whatever the case is. So for the most part, they're already sold out. So that, the quote unquote market does not affect me. I can see that for somebody who's flipping figures all the time. Like, hey, you know what? I lack space. I got to sell it. They're being affected by this. I mean, like Lyle says, that works for him. This works for me. It's collecting is an individual endeavor. So for me, because I hold on to these figures before I sell them, that market was never a problem for me. Like the Thanos, right? Like if I like the Infinity War Thanos, yes, it is $270 the other day or whatever the case is, right?
Yeah.
I've had it we've had it since it came out. Since what, like
it probably came out like what, 2019, 2020?
2019. I'm not gonna wait 2 years so I can save $140. It sounds good in theory, but kind of like no. Like, but I get it. Like if you bought the 2-pack, me and Carlos were talking about it earlier, the 2-pack Nightmare Batman and Superman. It's 10% off now, and it just came out. Imagine if you pre-order that, 10% of that is $50. So that's, that adds up. I get it from that standpoint. So this is where you kind of gauge it, right? Like, but it feels like, what we're talking about now, it feels like the tide is changing. I don't know. Will, we're talking about it. I told you, I'll believe it when I see it. I've been in this road before. I've been bamboozled by Sideshow before. They put like this wait list, countdown for Star-Lord, the first Star-Lord, and it never went on a wait list. So I've been in this road before. I'll believe it when I see it. But for the question, to answer the question, do I want? Yes, because I can purchase figure, even not from Sideshow. Even with Sideshow, let's say you strictly buy from Sideshow, it's very rare that you'll see this 10% off in the middle of nowhere. Like it feels like they're just making up. Like there's another one in September coming up. We do $10 rewards. Let's say you don't trust Hong Kong resellers, right? That's fine. But because of this 10% off, you're able to afford this, cheap figures because of the market that we're in. Something that you probably wouldn't do if this is, if you take me back in 2015, I'd rather what we have now because I miss a lot of figures because I don't want to commit, in 2015. Like that's why I was like, I don't want to pre-order this because the figures that you're iffy about and end up being good, you end up missing. Compared to now that, hey, I can sit on, let's say another figure that you don't have on your radar. 5 months down the line, you get it for a good price. And I feel like that's a better feeling for me than me selling my DX13 for $500. That's just the way I see it.
Right. Exactly. So yeah, because I think at the end of the day, I think we're all here for the love of collecting first and foremost. That is, the one primarily thing. Because if we've always said from the beginning, like if you're in this game to make money, you're just in the wrong game. I mean, like it's just not the right place to be in. You should go buy real estate or stocks or something. Like figures are not meant to be that. I guess the reason for the question to me is like, it is really nice to be able to buy everything so low right now, because if you buy low and you end up selling, you're selling low and buying low, so you're pretty much fine, right? But if you bought for retail, then you fucked up probably, because that's a situation where you just, unless you wait for it to sell out, and then in 3 years, maybe it's then worth what you paid for it. But it's like, the only obstacle I kind of have with it is like, if I say, like, because this Thanos I ended up selling it a while back, but I did have this Thanos that I bought for retail at one point, right? Mm-hmm. And I basically, like, based on its current value, market value, I might as well just flush $200 down my toilet. I mean, like, that's like, I love the figure. It was great. But still, like, it's not like a car. It's not like a car where it loses value because I'm using it, or a cell phone, right? It's like, it's losing value like the second I buy it nowadays. So like, that's not the end of the world, because we're here for the joy of collecting, but it does suck. It is kind of a bad, a bad aftertaste of sort of it's a consequence of a market that's oversaturated, right?
But Will, this is what we're talking about, right? Like, because you're looking at short term, kind of like, when GameStop stocks went up.
Sure. Yeah, because everyone was buying it on Reddit.
Right. You gotta buy it and sell it and turn around, sell it within a week, because otherwise it'll go down. Like with Hot Toys, this is a long-term gains. So that Thanos, the Infinity War, so no one's paying attention to that like for the past 4 years. Now you can see it on the, like people on the forums, like that meme, is like,
it's
hold, and then buy.
Exactly.
When they feel like, oh my God, it's gonna be waitlisted. For some reason, he becomes popular. And now that he's gone, let's say you held on to that Thanos, right? Like for the past, I know you sold it, but let's say you held on to that. 2 years from now, people are going to look for that Thanos. So this is what I'm talking. That's why I'm not affected by that, because I hold on to them for longer. And I get it for people, like I said earlier, who flips figures, not because they want to make money. Maybe they're just lacking on space. If you're that type of individual in this kind of environment, you got to be really selective. But for us, like me and Lael, like or anyone who just buys figures just because we want it looks cool, right? Like there's no rhyme or meaning sometimes to a figure. Sometimes it just looks badass. And you know what? I want to add another figure, so when I post it, I have another person in the background. I'd rather buy that for 120, knowing that, hey, you know what? It's probably gonna be worth 100 down the line. Then like hold on to that figure. It's like, oh, this figure is gonna be Grail, like who's that? The Guardians of the Galaxy guy. Shit, man, this is what happens. Yondu. I missed out on Yondu because I was thinking, I'd rather have Yondu and him become like, I don't know, 120 nowadays than me not having him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I get it. Like, we all want the best value out of something, and I get that. But in time, look at this Thanos. 5 years from now, and you're gonna be like, "Why do you want to hold Thanos for 5 years?" I was just like, "Yeah, because he's awesome." If I can hold Thanos forever, I would. Because that's one of the best movies of all time.
Right.
But if I could, and you could, it will go up. It's not gonna be like, how much is Thanos now in BST? Like 200. I bet you it's not gonna be 200 forever. 5 years from now, you might make your money back. So this is you go into this. If we stay the same, you got to make the mentality that this is for the long haul. If we change, then we're going back to 2015. I can guarantee you're gonna miss out on a lot of figures, because you can't put 10% down all the time and then change your mind when it comes in. So you're gonna lose a lot of NRD. You're gonna have to settle for less figures, and to some that might be a good thing. For me personally, I like how we're currently constructed, because I can buy stuff, hold on to it. I'm not holding on to it because I want the value to raise, but I want the figure. That's why I bought it. And then down the line, maybe I want to sell it. Maybe I want to sell Taskmaster 5 years from now. I bet you 5 years from now, Taskmaster is at least going to be sold out.
Yeah.
Hopefully she's sold
5
out.
years.
Yeah. Hopefully.
And you paid low you bought low, so you could sell it at minimum for what you paid. Yeah,
right. So this current market, I feel like, is for people who wants to buy. This is buyer's market right now. And I'm all for it. Yeah. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I guess also for collecting, for me, it was like the chase of it. You know what I mean? Like trying to go after, maybe, hey, it means you might have to pass some figures, and maybe it means I get the ones that I really care for. But that going after that figure or chasing that figure, they're like, hey, I know this is not going to go down in value, but it doesn't mean I'm going to get Yondu. But do I really care for him at the end of the day? Yeah, he's a cool figure, but I miss, like, for example, in that scenario, I don't get Taskmaster. like who fucking cares? It's Taskmaster. At least for me, it is. You know,
But
so
in
I feel
this
like that
scenario, you
chase is
get them
something.
all.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. But then at one point, it's just like, you know,
Boring.
Yeah, like you have all the
Yeah,
figures.
that
That's awesome.
thrill
That's
isn't
cool, man.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's for me though. Maybe everyone, because for me, it's like the more I collect, the more I realize like I'd rather have less than more, and I would eventually want them all, but I'm not in a rush to get anything. And if I miss some, I miss some. I just feel like that chase is something I really enjoy. You know what I mean? Like for me, my next vision is like, okay, like I'm waiting now that J&D Platinum, right? Like that J&D Platinum is going to be the Wonder Woman in the Justice League. I'm gonna get that, and I'm gonna chase that shit. And I know it's going to be pricey. Like I want to go after things that are just like just a chase, you know. And Hot Toys used to be that way, so I really enjoyed that part of it. You know, I can still get all these Hot
That's
Toys,
fair because
but
everyone
it's just,
collects different. Yeah.
yeah. So
What that doesn't include though, we don't talk about is the stress. You know, like not everyone can
Sure.
afford to, but right now I'm not stressed. I like the feeling that I can go to Sideshow's website and buy something that I wasn't able to pre-order or wait till it goes available.
Sure.
Till
That
there's
is nice.
sales, you know, and you know the peace of mind that you'll be like, hey, you know what? I might not get Riva right away, but in 5 months I'll get her. You know, maybe my finances are not, aligned right now, or maybe there's a lot of figures that's coming out, but eventually I would love to, to get her, something like that. But the stress, like when you were there in 2000, when you need to hit F5 to refresh the page, that's freaking stressful.
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah.
And collecting shouldn't be stressful, in my opinion. It should be fun. You should be able to afford it. If you can't, then don't buy it, and I don't know. That's just, to me, I would take that over me selling, my other figures for a higher price.
Yeah, I guess value doesn't matter when you have to sell, because I feel like it's pretty stressful to be like, well, damn, like how much money am I losing if I have to move, or if life happens, or health stuff
happened to
happens,
me,
and I
so,
gotta So it's like that alone. I think it's a bigger stress to say how much money I'm losing. You know what I mean? Than to say, well, like I don't know, I couldn't get the figure, or I had to go through a 5-minute temporary stress to pre-order it. You know what I mean? Like, well, there's stress in everything. You know what I mean? It could also be like these things are so cheaper now that everyone's like maybe, overbuying or not. I don't know. It just feels like there's, both sides, right? I just feel like for me, it would be more like I'd rather have that small stress of refreshing that page than to feel stressed out that I need to, I don't know, sell my shit. And then I realize how much thousands of dollars, because it won't be hundreds, right? How much thousands of dollars you've lost. But yeah, good topic, Will.
Yeah, dude, you guys made it a good topic, man. It's it's a good discussion. I feel like, because it's like, there are really good things and really bad things, I feel like, about our situation right now. So it's like, we're getting more opportunity, we're getting more inclusion, right? We're getting more figures, more people being able to collect, like being able to get more things. That's great, but it comes at a cost, I feel like. So it's like, that's why I think it's an interesting discussion, that sometimes we don't think about these things because it's just the world we live in right now with the market, but it's like, it's pretty cool, I think. So, but guys, Boba Fett repaint armor now shipping, because people were getting emails that this is about to ship from Sideshow. I'm going to share one of them that was shared on Facebook. So people were getting charged and they're about to ship. I mean, I guess they could like do a clone trooper type thing where they charge you a month in advance, but maybe they'll send you like a comic book or something. But, I can say that they are starting to ship these hopefully next week. So I want to jump in, Lael. Are you getting this repaint armor? I think you have the 2-pack, don't you?
I have the I have the actual 2-pack from Mandalorian. So I got that piece.
Are you getting this one too?
Yeah, I'm getting the one on the throne.
That one's cool.
Because definitely that's the one I'm after. Just that particular version. I don't want, and again, the one on the throne, that version of it was the one we actually, so technically it's the Mandalorian version, because that's the one we seen at the end of season 2 of Mando. You know what I mean? So again, it was that particular version. I don't want the version from the Book of Boba Fett, because that version, that suit was different. It was tailored different. It was a totally different look. So I'm not really going after that one. That's just not going to be me. But yeah, I'm getting the Boba Fett on the actual throne, which I don't think that one we'll see until probably next month. Either mid-October going into November, if that. And I'm patient for that one because that one I'm paying off. I don't really care about getting it. And on top of that, like I said, I got it at a decent price because I had points to use. So if you got points, that's another thing. Use that and you'll get a good deal for it. But this, yeah. Again, I mean, I believe that this is going to be another Chrome Trooper epidemic. I believe I believe it. Yeah, I believe that.
Like another early charge.
Yep, early charge, and then they're going to sit on it and say, "Oh yeah, well, we didn't anticipate this is." Now the I will say that the arena suit Boba Fett, it wasn't as long of a wait as it was for the clone troopers. That we waited an entire month to get, bro. Like that was insane. But with this, I think it's going to be another situation where you'll probably have to wait a week and a half before it's shipped. That's what I believe. I mean, it might not, but I mean, again, sideshows fool so many people, so that's what I believe it might happen.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll find out. But Optical, I want to jump back to you on this one. Is this the one, similar to kind of like your mentality, like you said, where like at the right price, this could be one you pick up? Because I think you picked up the 2-pack too, right?
Yeah, it's somewhere in Bermuda Triangle. Right
yeah, it's somewhere in the desert somewhere. Like
it's
you got the tracking number from T-Dubs, but that's about it. So
they're looking for a visa for that.
It'll show up maybe in 2023 or something.
Something like that, yeah.
But would you get this Optical, if you get the right price for it?
The throne version. I like
the throne version.
The throne version. Yeah, that's because you can't buy the throne by themselves, so it's not like Black Panther.
Yeah, it's not like Wakanda. Yeah.
And that has like just a nice touch to it. Like it's bigger. If you like statues, that's bigger than Iron Studios, and it has more presence. Because Iron Studios is like 1/10, and for more, for I think it's more expensive. Yeah, you get the throne version. You can kind of fool yourself that it's from Mandalorian. Is it from Mandalorian, the throne, or for?
It's from Mando.
It's from Mando. This particular version is from Mando.
Oh, okay,
from Mando.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I kind of like I watched Book of Boba. I'm telling you guys, like, it's not as bad as I thought it would be.
No, it's good.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying it's bad, but when I watched it, like one sitting, really, like one day, and
you watched it one day. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and I was just like, this is not as bad as people make it out to be. So I won't. Yeah, those are what we're talking about earlier. I wouldn't be opposed getting that if I get it for the right price, because I think we talked about this. Every Hot Toys figure is great. You can't collect them all because they're expensive. What if they're cheap? So
it's a different conversation.
It's a different conversation. So if the throne version goes down, but this one because I have if I get the 2-pack, then it's kind of similar. So I'll skip on this one.
Gotcha. And hey, there's that throne right there, actually. There we go. So, Dean, I'm going to jump to you this one before I get to Carlos. What about this repaint armor, man? What do you think? Is this going to be for you?
No, I'm actually going to get the Book of Boba Fett one. I like the suit a little bit better. Specifically, the pants. His are like, I don't know what the fuck is going on with his pants here, but...
it's like a skirt more than that, but...
Yeah, they like... drape over his knee guards, and like it's a jumbled nightmare. So I like the look of Book of Boba Fett a little bit better, not much better, but just a little bit better. But yeah, I was shocked to see this was now shipping, or at least the people getting their emails. I had my buddy message me; he was all excited. I was like, "What?" But yeah, it's cool. I mean, Boba Fett's the fucking man. We got him right here behind me, so.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool figure. I think so too, Dean. So it's probably not going to be for me, but it is pretty badass. I'm considering that Boba 2-pack though. I've been kind of going back and forth on that one, but
hey,
Carlos,
it's cheap now, dude.
I know that's your discount, bro.
Let's wait a couple more weeks.
I know. Wait till Black Friday maybe or something. But Carlos, what do you think, man, about this Boba repaint? Is this going to be something for you, like kind of like Optical, the right price?
No, this can be. Go down an extra $100. I still won't pick it up at this point, just because I already have the 2-pack Boba. I got it with that sideshow discount without having to buy a second figure. So that was cool. So
because you told me to do it, and I didn't do it in time.
Yeah, because you're dumb as fuck. But yeah, no,
clearly.
No, it worked out. So I mean, I have that one. I think that one's the best one, just because I wasn't a big fan of the Book of Boba. Definitely not the worst Star Wars stuff I've seen, but I'm just not a fan of the show. You know what I mean? So no, won't be picking this up. I might pick up. I really want the throne by itself because I know I picked up the gauntlet from Captain America just for the gauntlet, but I can just put the like on someone's feet or something. But this one, no chance. You know, and then unless it hits like I don't know some stupid crazy price, but it won't. The throne maybe if I can find it loose like on eBay or something maybe one day, but yeah, not for me.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be for me either, Carlos. I think, you know, even if this thing did drop down in price, I think I would probably just get the weathered version from Mando with the 2-pack or something like that. I think that appeals to me a bit more than this does. But yeah, still really cool looking figure. I mean, I like the color scheme on it. It's pretty badass. So, you know, but Dean makes a good point about the one from Book of Boba Fett being pretty cool too. So, you know, collectors are going to have there's a lot of Boba Fett's coming. So, you know, it's one of them's waitlisted though, the quarter scale one, which is very interesting. But, you know, we'll probably talk about that. Superhero Displays, thanks so much for the super chat, bro. Super sticker. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate it. And, yeah, so Brother Cousin's in the house, by the way. I saw Anthony was in the house earlier too, but I didn't find his comment. But Brother Cousins and Anthony, thanks so much, dude, for joining in the chat. So, guys, let's talk about the next figure on the list. This one should be fun. Riva, right? Because she got announced earlier this week. And, you know, I think everyone has given kind of their, you know, opinions on different shows about her and things like that. Coming in at 260, October 23 to March 24. So Q3 of next year or maybe Q1 of 24. So, guys, let's talk about Riva. This head sculpt is really, really good. But I want to jump to actually optical first on this one. Optical. Riva, dude. Because you watched the Obi-Wan show. I think you felt similar about it to Book of Boba, right? You liked it?
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. You know, I've been hearing these things, you know, it's not that good. I mean, it's not Daredevil, but it's not bad either. You know, it's just
Daredevil.
Like, I don't know what people are like expecting sometimes, but and then with how do you pronounce her name? Riva?
Riva, yeah.
Riva. Okay.
Riva.
You know, I've been hearing a lot of stuff too, and I was just like, I was on to Carlos too. I was just like, I kind of like her. Should I feel dirty? Because you know, like,
should you feel dirty? I mean, it's a great figure. So
you know, like.
Yeah,
all right, you know, maybe the acting, you know, wasn't the best, but the character itself, right? The character itself, kind of similar to Kylo, you know. But
I'm banning you right now.
Don't say that. Don't say that,
dude. Like even at the end, so I thought I finished, you know, the season, but apparently I didn't. I missed like half. I don't know how that happened. Yeah, I went to a different TV and I was just like, okay, I think I'm done. But no, so last night I completely finished it, and it looks like she's gonna have her own show.
Yeah,
that's how I feel like. You know what? And honestly, I kind of want it. I kind of want it.
Good, man.
Yeah, I mean, if she, I talked to Carlos. The only thing that she sounded like she's not from Star Wars. That's the only complaint that I have. She sounded like, you know, she doesn't belong in that. But the character, you know, like I like her. I don't know, man. But would I pre-order her? Of course not. You know, like the way that we are right now, she's in the tier of, for me, you know, I don't know, Boba, kind of like that, you know. So I was like, if she hits a certain price point, I'll definitely get her. I mean, look at that head sculpt.
It's really good. The head sculpt's good, no doubt.
The head sculpt's good. I mean, and then you pair them up. Let's say you have a display, you have them next to Vader or whatever the case is, you know. But if it hits the right price, kind of like a Taskmaster category, I'll get it.
Yeah, for the right price. I mean, you know, all these figures can be tempting. And this head
you said you
really
won't get her even for the right price. So I mean,
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. But Leo, man, I know you're really excited about this one, man. So what do you think about this Riva? How did it come out for you?
Absolutely, it came out exactly the way I wanted it. I'm excited about the figure. I liked her portrayal on the show. I'm glad we're seeing more inclusion. I'm on board with that. Again, I'm just going to say it like I said it before, like, you know, and I've been saying this all week, you know, you can't take away from the simple fact that it's an amazing looking piece. It's an amazing figure. And if you're going to talk shit about the character, if you're going to talk shit about her portrayal on the show, tell me something different, because I've seen it. I've heard it all. And right now you're just following the trend to me, plain and simple. That's just my opinion. I mean, I like the character. I like the representation. And the thing that kind of soured me about this community is the simple fact that you can, again, you can have your opinions and that's fine. Have your opinions. If you don't like the character, if you didn't like her portrayal in the show, but don't attack the actress. Don't attack her and say that her body of work outside of Star Wars is terrible. Nah, because obviously you haven't seen her body of work. Again, I'm getting it because, again, I'm just happy about the level of inclusion that we finally actually get. And the simple fact that, it is potential for us to get even more from different IPs. I mean, with Black Panther coming up and, Wakanda Forever dropping, we'll probably see, some more Mexican actors get their just due. I hope we actually get that Namor. I mean, I hope that we get that, just pretty much figures from that particular line. I hope we eventually get Wong, because Wong also deserves his just due as well. He's a pillar in the staple in the MCU just as much as any other character. But I mean, again, for me, I'm happy about the figure. I'm finally glad that it's out. I ordered 2 because I want 2 representations of the actual character. That's to me personally. That's it.
Nice, man. Well, I'm happy for you. It should be a great figure overall. But I want to hear the other 2 guys' thoughts on this too, and then I'll kind of share my own on this. But Dean, I'm going to jump to you before I jump to Carlos again. What are your thoughts on this Riva figure, man? What do you think? Is this going to be for you?
No, hard pass for me. But that sculpt is probably the best sculpt I've seen in, I don't know, maybe ever.
It's really good.
It's so good. They did a side by side, and like, she's a babe. Let's not get it twisted. She's a fox.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So like to be able to,
Dean had to take it there.
yeah. Well,
Well, you're a
'cause, like,
ladies' man, so it's fine.
well, because like with sculpts like Scarlett Johansson, like I've never been 100% convinced that Scarlett Johansson or even what's her name, Olsen, the
Elizabeth
Scarlet
Olsen.
Witch. I've never been like 100% convinced. I'm like, okay, maybe like 80%, 90%. Like, okay, they nailed this sculpt, amazing. Price point $260. You love to see it. That's pretty good considering where we've been trending up in the threes. I guess she doesn't come with a whole lot, but like for the show, I don't know what else you could have included. Maybe the little floaty droid. I forgot what it's called.
Another stomach.
I guess.
Oh yeah,
that's a Star
secondary
Wars thing.
stomach. Yeah, I guess like in terms of accessories, she doesn't come with a whole lot, but $260, like for what she does come with, it's pretty good, I think. Outfit looks amazing, tailoring looks amazing. If the final product comes out close to this is gonna be a banger. I just happen to not like Riva as a character. I just can't help but compare her to the second sister because they're basically the same character.
It's very
and
similar.
one is just so much more, so much better. I guess they had more time to develop that character, so I can't, But this is gonna be a good figure. I know it.
Yeah.
You like sisters, though, like Gene?
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's what it is. But Carlos, round us out on this discussion with Riva, man, the third sister. What do you think?
Yeah. So the figure looks great, right? I think the head sculpt looks amazing. I got to give it props where it's due, right? I'm not gonna say it doesn't look good because I would just be lying at that point. I think the body, it's a new body, and I never knew she had such a thickness, but I guess she does. I never paid attention. It's just not something I look at really when watching, when I watch Kenobi, but hey, a lot of people have pointed it out. So I'm only commenting because of that. Just Dean. Yeah, just Dean. So I think likeness is there. Really cool as far as like, again, the body and all of that. But aside from that, that's pretty much where I think it stops, right? Because like if we look at Riva, right? You're probably talking about, and again, this is my opinion. Maybe a lot of people feel differently, but in my opinion, we're probably looking at, I don't know, the worst or most disliked Star Wars character, right? Probably one of the top, if not the top. The writing was horrible, but as well as the writing was horrible, Ewan McGregor was able to do some really good work with it. Well, I'm not saying she is a talentless actress. I'm not saying that. I think she was probably not a very good fit for this role because it came out very cringe, nor was her acting or her talent really displayed well in this role. With that being said, she can do great work, but she is not a good fit for Star Wars. Aside from that, being $260, I think that's $210 too expensive, to be honest with you. Because at the end of the day, it's just Riva. I'm sorry to say it, but it's the truth. Gilgamesh, or I like to call him Gilgafuck, he was great looking figure, but it's from Eternals. Who gives a shit? That's all he has going for it, is just a good looking figure. Athena is Angelina Jolie, one of the best actresses, or well-known actress. Who gives a shit? It was from Eternals. Same thing here. I don't give a shit because it's Riva, right? Who cares, in my opinion? Like, aside from that,
Dean,
I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just telling you, like, it's just Riva.
Hey, bro, that's the channel name, Unfiltered Collecting, right?
You know what I mean? So that's how I see it. I think this is a figure $50 to $100, and that's what Athena's going to be. That's what Gilgamesh is going to be, and I'll pick those up at those prices. This is the new, place where this is going to be at. Gilgamesh, Athena, Riva, all in the same ballpark. Who cares? They're great, but I'll rather spend $20 more and get Cad Bane than spend $260 on Riva. Yeah. That's how I see it, man.
Yeah.
So,
Leo, you want to hop in? Go for it, bro.
Oh, I'd never spend money on Cad Bane.
So I respect everyone's opinion, and I always will. To say that she doesn't belong in Star Wars to me is a fallacy, because and then we're saying that half these characters out there who have experienced bad writing, because pretty much every Star Wars character in history have experienced bad writing, literally. Say what you will. Some of the most popular, incredible actors out there have been victims of bad writing. Donald Gleason. Literally. Him as the character that he basically portrayed in the sequels. Terrible writing. So if we're going to say that one character doesn't belong, that doesn't make sense to me. That's just my opinion. I think she does belong. I just think that in a sense right there, she just was a victim at that point of writing that may not have actually worked for everybody else. But to say that she's Riva and she's a senseless character, to me, I'm sorry, Carlos, bro. And I love you to death, man. You my guy. But I disagree. I majorly disagree, because the thing is, and I'm saying this basically from the heart, there are too many, especially this is coming from me. And I hate that I have to take it there when it's personal. But for me, there's too many women of color that are being washed over and dis-fucking-respected. And that's the problem that I basically have. I think that she belongs. And I think with better writing, we can see potential. When Ahsoka came out, people hated that character. Mm-hmm. They hated that character, but eventually warmed up to her. And now.
Oh wait, yeah, it was like repeated. That was really weird. Leia, I think you're still muted. Hold on.
Yeah, you're muted.
There you go. Oh, wait, no, you're still muted. Yeah.
Back in a second. People hate that character, but now she is one of the most celebrated characters out right now. Literally, one of the most celebrated characters. People really love that character. I think that with the right writing, with the amount,
she can coexist with every other character. In every other character in the industry. But I'm just basically saying that not one Star Wars, I don't give it, whether it's Mark Hamill, whether it's Harrison Ford, whether it's Carrie Fisher, you know what I mean? Even damn Vader himself. Writing in Star Wars, and again, because we have to keep in mind is how and why these stories were written. They weren't written for like a Academy Award winning type of whatever. It's not a Scorsese film. So people have to really, really understand that to say that she does not belong, to me, is a fallacy, because I believe she does, and she has a place with given time and given opportunity. I think that she can actually prove herself as an actress, just like everybody else has been given an opportunity. But I've just seen this so many daggone times, man. They did the same thing to Ahmed Best when he basically portrayed. Yeah, but that was brought to the point where, like I said, that right there, that just says so much about a society, bro. When a man himself, damn near, who has a kid of his own, wanted to commit suicide based off of the toxicity of motherfuckers' comments. You know what I mean? Not saying you, Carlos. I'm just saying everybody else out there. You know what I mean? So again, I'm passionate about this because, number one, she's a black woman who had an opportunity to play a role. And I'm in full support of that. And I basically believe that we will see something going forward from this character, and she does deserve a place. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
So I mean, I look at that, and while I understand that she may be a black woman that got an opportunity, she just wasn't the right one for me. You know what I mean? I just don't feel like she did. Well, she may be talented, and that's fine. I'm not saying she's not talented. She just, in my opinion, she wasn't a good fit for Star Wars for her role. Maybe in a different one, but from what I saw, for what the work that I seen, I just don't think she was. I think a lot of her acting, and you know what's funny is that when she came out, a ton of people were saying the same things. Now the figure came out and no one's saying it, and that's fine. I'll say it. You know what I mean? Because I'm not attacking her as a black woman in particular. I'm just saying she didn't do a good job, and that's okay to say. For me,
and that's fine.
Right?
That's completely fine. And anybody out there, look, I said there's going to be difference of opinions. Agree with whoever you want to agree with, and that's completely fine. I'm just saying, and when for somebody to say what color has a lot to do with it, especially from what I'm sitting and from what I see, it has a lot to do with it. So be careful what you say, plain and simple. Be careful. I'm not talking about you, Carlos, but people know who I'm talking about. Be careful what you say.
I mean,
it is a very sensitive subject to me, especially it makes me kind of tight when I see this, because the thing is, Rose Tycho, another character or whatever. Not, I mean, what is her name? I forget her name. The actress Kelly Marie Tran. Yeah, that. Again, another victim of people basically just completely tearing the character, and she was doing what she had to do and what was given to her in a script, but people were tearing that character down, bro, like literally. But everybody else got a pass. People like Alec Guinness gets a pass, because he's a great actor. So Riva's not. I mean, Moses Ingram's not.
Well, not for this role, no. You know what I mean? So that's the thing, is that, see, for me, is that I'm not looking a race. I mean, she can be, black, Hispanic, women. It can be, the first, or, it can be gay actor. Like, it doesn't matter to me. I don't care about that. I'm just looking at it and saying, I didn't like this. I didn't like her as a character. Nothing against that actress, nothing against an actor. I see what little Leia did. I thought, hey, writing is shit. But in certain times and in certain roles are a good fit. I don't believe she was a good fit. Like, just how I don't believe that any Angelina Jolie, whatever that dude's name is, that's Gilgamesh, none of those actors that are all white, or those two that were white, do I believe that were right for the role. Just because she's Angelina Jolie, I don't give a shit. I thought she sucked in the role. I thought Eternals is dog shit. I think Kenobi is dog shit, and I'll call it what I feel like calling it. You know what I mean? So it's nothing against her. Because if you go back, I criticized the shit out of Gilgamesh when he came out, and same thing with Thena, right? It's the biggest joke I have going around. So for me, I'm just going to criticize whatever I feel like what makes the most sense. You know what I mean? So, and you're right. I don't care. I'm not attacking her skin color. I'm not attacking that she's a woman. Like, women can act. I'm not saying that.
You are,
opinion.
But there's plenty of people out there who are.
Oh, I'm sure. And I think
I'm quick to call them out. And I'm quick to call them out. And I don't care if you like me, if you don't like me, I'm going to call you out when it's some bullshit. Plain and simple.
And I feel
that's where I'm sitting right now.
Like, let me put this straight. let me be clear about this, because I was even talking to my friend Moody about this, right? I can't wait to see Shuri become Black Panther if done right. I don't care if it's a woman. I don't care if they're black. I just see, did you do a good job or not? I don't look at any of that. And for me, she didn't. Not saying she's talentless. I put her in the same boat again as all the Eternal characters, as all of all of those 10 or 11. In my opinion, I just don't care about them. They're bargain bin. While they may be looking great, again, who cares? That's how I look at it. So
right.
Respectful.
Yeah, and I respect all you guys' opinions on this topic. Like I said, this is about as civil as the internet gets when it comes to something controversial like this. Dean, what do you want to say?
I really like Brother's Cousin's comment. The writing for Rey was just as bad. Fuck yeah, it was. That character is fucking dog shit.
Yeah,
because the writing is fucking bad. That's the whole problem is the writing.
Hot take,
but do we not think the sequels are shit though? We do.
I think was our shit because they're terribly written.
No, Dean, get out of here. They're not terrible.
So Kenobi is as well, and that's okay. We don't all have to agree as long as no one is attacking anyone personally on a different level.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right? Yeah, that's what we're saying.
I mean, like people hated the prequels at the time, but people still were dying to have Ewan McGregor come back.
Bro, the second
because he was the only good thing about the prequels.
Right, but that's my point. Yeah, but I mean, people love Hayden now in hindsight.
And that's what I'm saying. 10 years from now, people are going to be wanting, and I see it all the time, bro. I even basically see it on her personal IG. People are like, yo, I so want to basically see Rey come back. So there are people out there who actually, that's what I'm saying. Like there are people out there that want to see it. You know what I mean? So there's always a space for it. Just like I said, opinions aside, there might be people out there that don't like, Moses Ingram's interpretation of Riva, but there are some people who do, and like, yo, I can't wait for the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so that's just basically what it is. It's always going to be a split situation, and we can keep it at that, because if you don't, and I'm going to say this again, if you don't like the character, if you don't like her portrayal, that's completely fine. My biggest problem is that I've been seeing on these effing platforms, bro, is when you're attacking her as an actress and also saying that she's not a good actress off of one role. Evidently, you haven't paid attention to her body of work.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the way I view it, Leo, is kind of like the way I view Brie Larson as Captain Marvel, like Oscar-winning actress. But in Captain Marvel, I just don't think she's shown a lot. Like,
and people hate her,
and that's my point, because it's kind of like Moses Ingram. I've not seen her other body of work, so I definitely cannot say outright she's a bad actress. I just think in the role of Riva, she was bad. Like, I think that's how I view Captain Marvel with Brie Larson. In Room, she's fucking incredible. Like, that's an Oscar-winning performance. But as Captain Marvel, I'm just kind of like, she's not doing it for me, And that's kind of how I view Riva. It's kind of like I view her as a good actress. I'm sure she's great in Queen's Gambit and whatever else she's been in. But it's kind of like as Riva, I couldn't connect with her. Like I felt like she was kind of over the top. That's how I felt about it.
And just like, all right, for instance, I'll give you an example real quick and then we can move on.
Yeah.
The prequels basically dropped. Yeah. We saw Phantom Menace. We had an Academy Award winning actress in the making, Natalie Portman.
Yep.
We had Ewan McGregor. We had Liam Neeson. You know what I mean? So you had these particular actors, really, really great character actors, caliber actors that were given shitty ass. I mean, again, the writing was shitty. Yep. You know what I mean? It was shitty, and we know it. Now, here's the thing. I always gauge the prequels. I like the prequels more than the sequels because it was more cohesive, in my opinion. So that's just where I'm at. But again, writing throughout Star Wars history has always been bad, bro. It has always been terrible. I've always been one to say, y'all need to basically revisit and get better writers. Like literally revisit, get better writers.
Some of that was George Lucas's fault.
Like, seriously,
I mean, what's the,
it's not even just George Lucas though. It's Lawrence Kasdan, who's the person who's been writing these films for years.
What's Anakin's name? The actor that played a Christian.
Star Wars basically killed his career.
Yeah, I mean, but now they love him.
Not starred in any, like in any.
I mean,
film.
but you see Evan McGregor and everyone. I mean, he was the only good thing about the prequels, bro.
Star Wars has 9 movies.
Well, Darth Maul was good, but
he died.
Yeah, he died, but that was a mistake. But
I mean, but that's the thing. Like, I'm looking at it like that. Keep characters. I mean, figure aside, cool. The figure's amazing. It's completely amazing. But it's just like
can argue that. Yeah,
they can't argue the simple fact that the figure is amazing But
I don't think
with
anyone
that
can.
basically being said, I think the figure, literally head sculpt wise, right up there with Yondu, in my opinion.
It's really
Because
good.
That amazing.
Yeah,
It's there. And just like there might not be a space for people out there who want this figure, there's also space out there for people who want it. That's all I'm saying.
Sure.
I don't want the figure. I just want to take Moses Ingram on a date.
Yeah. Bro,
Hey,
that would be great.
You've been talking to Lane a lot.
Yeah, you've been talking to Lane too much. Superior Displays. I just want Riva to recreate the Vader fight scene. Thanks so much, Superior Displays. Yeah, man, that would be a pretty cool display. And I know Leal probably do something like that with his, dynamic displays he does with the awesome posing. So, I mean, yeah. So, and Brother Cousins, the writing for Rey was just as bad as my opinion. Fair statement to say. I don't agree, but I think a lot of people would. To say Riva's figure isn't worth $260 as a work of art alone is completely false.
Yeah,
She's not.
It's amazing.
She's not worth Brother Cousin though. I think she's a better character than Rey. I think
Optical. What the fuck? Whose side are you on here?
I don't have a Rey, and I think she's more badass than Rey. I don't know. Just
No, dude. Come on.
I think
At
Rey's
least she
a
has
character.
character development. Ray's just fucking boring as shit.
Yeah, like you know what's
What did this become, a hate on Rey party?
I kind of,
I mean,
You're starting to turn me around on Riva. What the fuck?
Yes.
I'm just saying, bro. They're all right though. I mean, the sequels are not very well liked. You know,
Yeah,
what I
oh,
mean?
yeah.
And almost
Not
every
good.
character
They're
in
just
there
not
is not
good
very.
But
well
everyone
liked.
likes The Force Awakens. That's different. Everyone likes The
Because
Force
it's a
No, I think
carbon
we-
copy of A New Hope.
Yeah,
I
It's
think
the same fucking movie.
I'd take her before Rey. I don't know. It's just me.
No, it's fair. Hey, it's reasonable. I wouldn't, but I mean, I think a lot of people might feel that way. So, Rey Daisy Ridley she mostly got criticized not for poor acting, but for being a Mary Sue, what people called her. Yeah,
Bro, she
No,
got
was.
criticized so much that she removed her social media for a while and then returned.
Yeah,
That's how bad it is. That's how bad the Star Wars community
that's just
is.
Star
bro.
Wars life.
Yeah, it's like the
Hayden got
second
that too.
you jump
so-
on someone's Instagram and start attacking them. It's
Yeah,
like, oh,
that's
it's not
Yeah,
their
see, like
terrible,
that's
fault.
where it gets a bit much, right? Like, okay.
Oh, yeah, that's
let's
way
say you
too
don't like
far.
the actress. Like, you don't like the actress. Okay, well, nothing against this actress. I just don't like her role. But to go on someone's Instagram or Facebook or say
Yeah,
something
if you're
about like
doing that, stop it.
women
Stop
or
it.
Fanatics,
women
man.
or people of color.
Yeah, that's
or,
way
like,
too far.
That's where it starts getting like, okay, like that's just, you know what I mean? Because again, no problem with it. I just don't, you know what I mean? But that's where it's crossing the line.
Yeah, because
you know what I
all of
mean?
us will
So-
condemn that wholeheartedly. I mean, like that's like,
Yeah, 100%.
no matter how bad you think the actress is, like, Optical knows as much as I hate The Last of Us 2, I wasn't messaging Neil Druckmann calling him names. Like, I mean,
Too late,
like,
Will. I know you
Oh,
did.
you should do that.
under my separate account, Optical. That was different.
Yeah, I know you have a burner.
I have a burner. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but same kind of deal, right? You leave it at the door. It's like, yeah, I'm disappointed and I feel kind of betrayed, but it's like, I'm not going to make it personal. Like, you're there to do a job at the end of the day. It's entertainment. It's a job. It's not that serious.
Right.
So anyone who
Yeah.
takes it that far, not a good look. So
Josh Baker made a good point because Angelina Jolie was okay as but there is a 9 months long argument about her character.
probably because she wasn't in the role that Riva was. Angelina Jolie with Eternals, there's like 9 other Eternals in the movie, and like Angelina Jolie doesn't even have that much screen time, and like Riva got a lot thrusted into the spotlight, so she was put into the spotlight more.
The biggest
So that's
problem
probably
with
why.
the biggest problem with Riva is that they invested so much time, and it was like, well, what happens if people don't end up liking the character? They're not going to end up liking the show, and then
Exactly.
they're going to blame the show.
They're going to
for
blame
the
Riva.
character.
Yeah, and it's not her fault,
'cause
but that's
it-
how it worked out.
You put too much egg or too much trust, I guess, on the Star Wars fan or community to accept her. You know what I mean? As a character. So I think that was writing and a bunch of other stuff that went with it.
Yeah. And I guess some felt a little blindsided too, I guess I would say. Like just because, they knew Riva was in it, but they didn't know how big of a role she would play. And they thought it would be more about Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan.
And then it's like it's kind of
named
not
after
for like half the episodes. So
And here's the
it's-
thing, bro. Okay, so Riva was in the show, yeah, true indeed. But you know what? Take her completely out. Take her out. Like take her completely out of the show itself.
It's still
You mean
not
to tell
good.
me the show was still good? It would be
No.
good without her?
Yeah, I thought
I'll
the show
wait.
was like okay
I'll
at best. Yeah.
definitely wait. I'll definitely wait for people to basically argue that. I mean, as sketchy as the whole show
Right.
was in general, but yet and still, I followed it. It was sketchy as shit. If Riva didn't have anything to do with the film or the show itself, do you think it would still be good? I
Yeah, that's a
dare
good
you to
question.
say yes, because I'm gonna be like, wow, really?
Yeah.
Which one?
I don't think
Which show?
anybody in good
Optical
faith
liked
can
it.
say yes.
Obi-Wan
Which
if you
show?
take Riva out.
Is Riva like a made up character? This is how a casual I am. Is she like a made up character, or is she
She's
just,
not part of the
She's
old.
new.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
a
okay, she's
new
not.
character to serve the purpose in this particular show for what it was and what it was given, because it served the narrative at that point. So they needed to actually have that particular character there.
See,
But
I
that's what
think
I'm saying. Like, if she would have been there and not really had, okay, again, been there, but not too many lines, fell in the background, people would still be complaining, bro.
Yeah,
Same
they
thing.
would. They would.
See, this is maybe like my advantage because I watched them in one sitting, pretty much. I don't have time to complain. I was just like,
Yeah,
I
you
was just
don't.
invested in it.
Yeah, you're
I
also
was-
super casual, so like you don't have anything like.
I guess,
your
and I was
references
just
Without
like,
the
skewed.
investment. Because
I was
if I played Last of Us 2 without the investment of Last of Us 1 that I had, I
you probably
might
wouldn't
have
be
liked
as
it.
upset, right? Like, but
Yeah.
I was like, I think I was like messaging you. It was like, what is wrong with Boba again, or what is wrong with Riva
Yeah,
again? 'Cause
you
I was
did,
just
you
like,
did.
I don't find anything wrong with it. Kind of like maybe
give
you're
the
right. Maybe I'm
finale
just
a
not
9.
invested in it. And I was just like, all right. I mean, I kind of like her towards the end, and I was just like, oh man, I think her character was what we kind of want to see at Rey. Like everyone wants to see the dark Rey.
Yeah,
It was like
right,
the opposite.
right.
She was dark, and then so I was kind of like, I kind of like this one. Like, and then slowly my mind was being poisoned. I'm looking for something that's wrong, and I was just like, because I was, as you know, I was late watching it. And I was just like, all right, maybe she's like screaming here and there, but I was annoyed with Anakin too when I first watched him, and I was just like, but I was like,
Well, some people were annoyed with Kylo, so I, understand that.
I just don't like
he was
Kylo
that
because
way.
you like him, but
Kylo's
other than
not
that,
Yeah, that's why it was.
But the
Him and
thing is,
Loki.
Force Awakens was a door open for opportunity. But once you
Yeah.
got to The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, it was just like a checkout after that, because then you were just
Finn
trying
was
to.
robbed.
Yeah, Finn was definitely
He
robbed
was
of the
robbed.
character.
He was.
The Force Awakens was about Finn.
Yeah, and he was completely robbed as a character, which says so much. Again, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like when I see stuff like that, and I see how a character like Finn, who had so much potential, to me, which was one of the best parts of the Force Awakens, of Force Awakens itself, was that character developing his
The
vision.
best character in the whole sequel.
Exactly. To see how that was dulled down, the treatment, bro. That's where I'm sitting. That's
Bro,
where
and-
it upset me.
Dude,
Finn was
and
great.
you
I love
can't-
Finn, but
I mean, you can definitely blame fans for that because there was some fucked up shit said, but
Yeah.
that's fucking corporate level.
That was
people
it.
making the decisions.
What, Finn?
Yeah,
Rob
bro.
Finn.
Late-
bro,
Oh, Finn?
Kylo
Yeah,
was the
yeah.
best character, Dean. Come on. Now.
No, dude.
Yes,
Finn
he
was
is.
fucking awesome.
Finn is awesome,
He
but
was
Kylo's
funny. He
cool.
was charming. He had a
Oh,
good
yeah, he's great.
backstory. He had a good
But see,
reason for doing what he did.
that kind of drives him to point, Dean. Even with Finn, like I don't feel like John Boyega was getting the level of hate that Riva got. Like everyone was
No,
kind of
for
like, I
sure.
want to see more
100%.
of Finn. Now I'm not mad at Finn. I'm mad at the studio. Like it's like because John Boyega is fucking awesome, right?
You wouldn't agree that Riva is probably one of the most disliked Star Wars characters, or maybe
I
the
thought that was
most.
Rose.
Rose is up there. I would say Riva probably is personally, yeah.
The most
Right now.
disliked
Dude.
character,
Right now.
People
Yeah.
hated Rose.
People hated Rose. At least Riva.
bro. People
It's
hated
at least top
Rose.
3.
People
Or at least
hated
top 3.
Rose. People basically hated Jar Jar Binks. People
Yeah.
hated, there's so many characters. I'm not going to say that she was the most hated. I would say probably the most controversial in a sense, but not
Yeah,
the most
that's fair.
hated character.
Maybe Jar Jar still hit
Wasn't
most
disliked.
hated.
Jar Jar.
Jar Jar's
Yeah.
most
Honestly,
hated.
though, I might buy a Jar Jar figure if they make it. Like it, almost just for the memes.
Hey,
That's
you know
why
it's not a
Would you buy,
recast.
would you
so-
buy a Riva, Will?
Okay,
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
I will sit through Obi-Wan Kenobi again. I will not sit through Phantom Menace.
No,
Dude,
just
I'm
watch the
not-
Darth
This
Maul
is
fight.
so
Just watch the
unbearable.
Darth Maul.
Darth
fight.
Maul fight is worth doing that by itself.
Yeah, right.
I
I'll just watch
fucking
that
Well,
one.
he hates
Darth
Darth
Maul,
Maul
so-
too, so yeah.
I'll
Well,
just
Dean
watch that
hates
one.
Captain America, so
Dean hates Captain America.
he
He's,
does. Yeah,
I am not.
You
a
hate Captain America?
After Civil War, I'm not a Captain America fan.
Oh,
he
dude.
does.
Are
He
you
does.
Team Iron Man?
You like
Is that what you
Final
are?
Fantasy, but you don't like Captain America.
Bro, Carlos, you like Final Fantasy. You played it. It's good.
Carlos,
Yeah,
I
but I
will
don't
eat
sit
your
here and say I
ass.
don't like Captain fucking America.
Well, Dean has a lot of
America.
fantasies. It seems like so.
Well, so we got Crypto Taku said, "I'll take Riva over Kylo, which is a crybaby." See, there are definitely people
Yeah,
out there. So
I would sooner watch Obi-Wan Kenobi for the rest of the year and then watch the sequels ever again.
Wow.
Really?
Damn, dude.
I like Riva that much more than the sequels, and I don't even like that character.
That's hard,
Okay.
man.
Yeah. So, guys, that's going to be a wrap for this show. So we're going to go around real quick. Yes. Yeah, Dean, you ended the show. So, but Carlos, I want to jump to you first. We'll just go down the line. Thanks for joining, man. Thanks to everyone as always for giving us your honest thoughts and great discussions. Carlos, you have a new channel that you want to talk about. So I'm gonna put a little banner on the bottom for you, dude. Fill us in.
Oh yeah, so I started this new YouTube thing. I don't know if I'm gonna actually end up making videos or not. I'm pretty sure I am. I just started with the name. At least Optical told me, he was like, make a name and just take it from there. I was like, all right, I'll do
you
what
want your initials like fuck, F-U-C.
Yeah, that's why I did it.
Right, exactly.
That's like unmonetized right away.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
Oh,
care.
I don't care about being monetized. That's the last thing I worry about. I just want to make sure I can. And I do it on this platform. I just do and say my honest opinion and not really care as long because again I don't say anything that's like not within like realms of basic opinion, not like personal shots, right? So that's fine. So I'm okay with that. So that's what I created. I'm working on that. We'll see what happens. But yeah, thank you for having me, and I look forward to being here. I don't know, next Sunday, right? So
yeah, man. So and we should hopefully like have something exciting coming up in 2 weeks that I got to fill Leo in on about kind of what we're going to be doing. But hopefully it's going to be a thing. So it's going to be pretty fun. So so thanks for joining, Carlos. And yeah, man. So Leo, what's coming up on the 1/6 scale, man? Thanks for joining as always, dude. Awesome thoughts, man. Very honest. I love that.
Yeah, man. Nothing much. It's the same old shit.
Same old shit.
It's the same old shit. Comic book talk with friends. It might be tomorrow. I'm not really sure, man. I might take a break tomorrow since it's the holiday. And just mainly just do both the episodes next Monday. So, tomorrow night might not happen. Back for Say What. Hopefully there's something interesting coming within the next couple of days because again, it hasn't been a dry spell. I hope I see some of the figures that I've been wanting to see. I'm just sorry. I don't want to see another reveal. I right now at the point, I don't want to see another reveal. I don't. I want every figure that I've been waiting on. I want at least some announcements. Even if they don't, you know what? Even if they don't put out a fucking figure, bro, at least put up a list of when these figures are expected. If I can see that, then I'll be like, all right, cool. At least I know there's a projection. I know, like they did a couple months.
What about this reveal though, Leo? What if you got this, bro?
That should have never happened.
I won't even get people's hopes up. But
does that seem a little small to you? It seems small to me.
Does it? I don't know. Maybe it would fit in people's.
It does. It must be the way they actually the vantage point, but it does look small. It doesn't look like
Vader. Don't look like he could.
Yeah, it looked like he would probably get cramped up in that piece. So I don't know. But I don't know, man. I mean, give us a release. I mean, I want a release, man. Straight up. Like, I mean, I would definitely want to see that. But anyway, yeah, man. Say What on Wednesday. Uncivilized Scoundrels on Thursday. We got Collectors Lounge next Sunday. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it. I can't wait to Carlos's show because I want to be the first guest because we're gonna be like, straight up, we're gonna be like straight up like first take, bro.
Yeah, see?
That should be fucking fun, bro. I can't.
Hey,
first
man,
take, with the alarm, with the ringer, bro. We gotta do some shit, bro. That'd be on point. But nah, thanks for having me, man. It's dope.
Yeah, man. Well, thanks.
Now
for
I can go watch House of Dragons.
I know, bro. I'm actually gonna try to watch it
shit.
That is tonight. Yes.
Yeah, it's tonight. So, Optical, have you started watching the House of the Dragon yet?
No, I'm gonna do the treatment for Obi-Wan in this one. I'm gonna wait till
You're just gonna wait. Yeah.
You know what? I'm surprised you didn't talk about tonight, bro.
What? Rings of Power?
Rings of Power.
Rings? Yeah, I watched it. I originally put it in the thumbnail, but then I took it out because I didn't want to spoil
you didn't like it, no?
I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, I liked it.
Carlos
liked it. Carlos like loves it, but I thought it was like pretty solid. Yeah,
bro. Listen.
I thought it was pretty.
I went back because I was like listening to everybody talk. Like there was a lot of people that were pushing back against it, and me and Toya watched it last night the whole way through, and I love it, bro.
I thought it was good. You know what people give it on
Rotten
Tomatoes?
Dude, yeah, it got review bombed. Yeah, it got review bombed.
It got 35%. I'm like,
yeah, they were bombing it. Yeah,
that's your opinion. But I feel bad for you. Fuck, 35%.
I definitely
love it, bro.
I definitely don't hate it. I'm enjoying it,
I love
but
it,
something
bro.
feels off to me, and I haven't really figured it out. I'm
Stop it,
thinking,
Dean. You don't even like Captain America.
I feel like the music is off. The music feels more of like a Harry Potter than a Lord of the
Really?
Rings.
I like it.
Like, pay
It looks
attention.
great, too.
The music
Bro.
seems off to me.
I love where the
But
story
again,
is going right
fucking
now,
love
bro.
it.
Bro,
I love it.
Loved it.
the more
I'm on
Galadriel, the
with
better,
Asmus
dude.
after
She's-
this.
Dude, that Galadriel performance is awesome, and she's beautiful.
Dude,
I was talking
fucking
about
Bro,
great,
it
bro.
is, bro. Like
beautiful.
she is amazing, bro. I mean,
She's
I like
so
the
good.
entire cast. I like the choice of everybody that they basically chose. I like the pacing. That's just me. I love
love
Rings
it.
of
I liked
Power,
it, too.
bro.
10
I
out
love
of
it.
10. 10 out of 10 for me. 10
Really?
out of 10. I
Wow.
love that
I
it's not
cannot
I mean, it's like an
wait.
8. It's like an 8.
Yeah, I like
You
an
stop
8.
it, Will.
And it's
It's like an
on.
8, bro. I think I like House of the Dragon a little bit
more.
more, but
What?
Well, yeah.
House of Dragon is slow as fuck. And you're going to tell
no,
me
it's
that,
not, bro.
Dude,
I like
yes,
them
it
both.
is.
Lord of the, Lord
I
of the
like
Rings
them
is
both.
kind of slow, to be honest.
I'm like them both.
What? How much faster do you fucking want it to go?
I wanted him to fucking sprint, bro, to Mordor.
Yeah,
Hobbits, man.
they've already
little
kind of
feet.
they've already kind of fucked with the original story. So
Did they?
yeah,
Wait, how?
the sorry, hold on. There's so much. There's so much.
You're thinking
like,
about how
flying
much
through
you
my
love
head.
Ray. That's what it is.
No. God, what was it? The
Lael, do you like House of Dragon or Rings of Power more?
See, I like them both. It's hard for me to
They're
compare
different,
because I
but-
think I love them both. But I'm loving. I'm loving me personally. I'm loving the pacing of Rings of Power. I'm loving it because
I love
I'm
it.
getting the story. I'm getting the story from a character perspective. And I love the character building aspect of it. I love that. And I love that we're seeing and the thing is, House of Dragons is dope too, because we're seeing the same thing. So it's hard to choose which one I think is better because I love them both. I love them
I can
What do you
tell-
think
I
of the
can tell you-
CGI, though? What do you think of the
On
CGI
what? On
on Rings of Power?
Oh, it's beautiful.
It looks
it's beautiful,
it's
bro.
fucking amazing.
Well, they
People
put like
are
$500
looking
million
at
into it, so
People
I
are
mean, it better
looking
look
at
good.
though. People are literally saying
The
it's some of the
cinematics
worst
are beautiful.
CGI. People
It
are saying
looks
some of the
gorgeous.
worst CGI though.
What, bro?
Nah,
I'm
dude,
like,
the
when-
cinematography and
like-
CG is incredible.
Bro,
Mofos,
when
have
they
you
were
seen
going
She-Hulk?
into the light and they basically, and you seen, bro, the cinematography, even, and here's the thing, bro, with me, I hate, okay, so people they're going to probably laugh. I don't give a shit. When I was a kid, bro, like straight up, like growing up and watching Never Ending Story, I don't like, put it
Never-Ending
this
Story.
way, bro, I don't like open spaces. I don't like being in a field full of a fog and I don't know what's around me. I don't like open spaces. So I was petrified when she was in the water, bro.
oh, bro,
I was literally
same.
petrified when she was in the water because I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And this is a fantasy world, bro. That's in the real world, we don't like being in water because of sharks and shit. But this is a fantasy
Bro,
world,
that worm was intense. That was a
yeah,
good scene.
bro.
I like
I
that.
don't like open
Dude.
spaces. And that shit, but the whole scene, bro, like her, like even like the scene of her, again, I don't want to give it away because I know there's people out there that probably haven't seen it.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it.
But I think the cinematography, bro, is incredible.
it's great.
It
in
is.
the beginning. In the beginning, where in the I don't want to the red water scene right in the beginning.
Mhm.
Oh,
Dude,
that was
I was
really
like-
cool. That was really
Mhm.
I
cool.
was like,
What
"Fuck!"
the
And
fuck,
then, like,
bro, yeah.
just so much shit.
And the
Bro,
character
yeah.
we got to look, I won't spoil it, but we got to look at. They showed up for like a scene. That was pretty
oh,
exciting.
right.
Mhm.
right.
That's
yeah.
where they
Man,
fucked
just
up,
feels
and
like-
I'll tell you backstage because.
All right, tell me after, yeah.
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 We'll go backstage. We'll go backstage.
Bro,
Tell me after.
it's to me,
we'll go back.
I'm just loving the story and I just can't wait to see more. And I think that once we see more, then I think people will probably grab. But again, like I said, bro, people really, the review bombing has to stop. That's dumb.
Yeah, I don't know what that's
dumb.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
35%. This is not
Rotten.
fucking
Yeah,
carnage,
that's-
right?
yeah,
35.
No, I would
come on,
expect
man,
like
like-
70 to
You
80%.
stop it,
Right,
GD.
yeah.
This is
And that would
minimum
be fair.
85.
Bro, if you haven't read
No.
the Cimmerillion, like you don't know. fucking
No,
Lord
no,
of the
no,
Rings.
I'm not. No, I haven't read any of that. I just look at it. I
Yeah,
can
it's
just
like-
look at something.
Lord of the Rings.
Like, I look
This
at
show's
something-
great. It's like, yeah, except they fucking
Yeah.
destroyed all the lore. Like, literally, you cannot have Lord of the Rings without this story, and they've technically ruined it. I'm interested to see where they go, but it's not Tolkien's Lord of the Ring. I don't.
Yeah, because
I mean, I
Anthony
get that.
put out
That's
the
fair.
comment. There's a lot of Tolkien purists. That's why the reviews are bad. Hey,
Okay, hey,
maybe
that's fine.
guys. We got to save this for next. We got to save this
Okay,
for next
okay.
live stream. We'll
Yeah,
talk about it.
yeah,
Yeah, because I don't want to spoil too much, but we got to talk about it. But optical,
Shit's
dude, Thanks for joining, man. I know you had to go to Wendy's, so I hope you got a
4 for
Frosty.
4, man. 4 for 4. That's the best deal ever.
What is the 4 for 4? Do you get
people,
like
it's only
so
$20.
four full meals for $20?
Yeah, $4 and 4. It's their kids. All they need is fries and nuggets that's probably been there for 2 weeks.
Nice,
That's it. But yeah, man. Hey, thank you for having me. Even though I was late, I was still trying to catch Carlos' new website, YouTube. That's probably
His
going
OnlyFans,
to cancel all of us
FEC.
eventually. But but yeah, hopefully, like, I hope they release something because I'm running out of things to review. I hate buying things, so hopefully they release something so I can preview it. Free content, baby. But yeah, I mean, tomorrow I might do a live stream. I don't know. You guys are making me hype tonight, so I might do one tomorrow because I'm off tomorrow, but we'll see. But yeah, thanks for having me, man.
I'm not. Fuck.
Yeah, see, Leo's working hard tomorrow. The rest of us are going to be off. So, Optical, if you need me tomorrow, man, let me know.
Let's do this. Yeah.
Yeah. So, dude, thanks so much for joining Optical. I know it's been a little while, but great to catch up as always. And Dean the Dream, bro, what's coming up on the badasses over there at the Collecting Weekly channel?
CW, yeah, we got it's just a whole week of content, man. We got Monday night unboxings, Tuesday night the news show, Wednesday we just hang out and chat. I really want to get Will on, but he's always in bed by like 8.
Because y'all are in like goddamn California time, dude.
No,
And
we're in
it's like,
Texas
Dude,
time,
they're the same
bro.
time as me, Central Time.
you're in what?
He's
Oh,
in
you're in,
Texas.
oh yeah, okay. I thought you meant you were in California.
But
time. I
we
was like, what the
stream
fuck?
at like 10:30, so it's like 11:30 for you.
Yeah, on a weekend maybe, but
They're used to like watching porn, so at night they wait till it
Whoa,
starts.
whoa, whoa,
Exactly.
whoa, whoa. Don't talk about what goes on behind the screen.
yeah, that's backstage.
Yeah. And then Thursday we have another news show for the smaller scale stuff that's not so expensive. Friday we got our statue and comic book news show. Saturday, I believe we have another D&D episode coming up, so the campaign's getting pretty fucking epic. So
Nice, dude. That's awesome, man. Well, thanks for joining, Dean. And yeah, man, of course, for giving your awesome thoughts as always. Guys, I want to address 2 super chats we had before we end things. Collector Joey, bye, Buzz. Thanks so much for joining, Collector Joey. Thanks, man, for the super chat. Seriously, guys, it does mean a lot, so I appreciate it. Jose Luis, hey, guys, new collector here. Awesome. I love the topics and energy you guys have. I first found you guys in Audible. Dude, Audible. That must have been when I originally, with Lights Camera Collect, I was putting it on Spotify and Audible and stuff. I'm guessing, Jose, that's probably where you found it.
Yeah.
I stopped doing that because not that many people were listening over there. So, I was like, I'm not paying
look,
for
you got a listener and you abandoned them. How dare you, Will?
No, well, they're here now, so they're not abandoned. So, they're here on YouTube.
Yeah.
They transferred over to the video aspect. So.
I was gonna say, MB Dyson said that he doesn't think Amazon had the rights to the Silmarillion, which I think I did hear that. So you might be right, but still kind of ruins the fucking story. I'll explain it.
Yeah, they don't have the rights. That was sort of announced.
Amazon can buy Earth.
I remember when I read that, I was like, oh, they did fucking say that.
Well, thanks so much, guys. Thanks so much to Jose for the super chat as well, man. It seriously means a lot. It's great to have a new viewer here. So that's pretty awesome, man. Very exciting. Yeah, see, Anthony, same thing. Stop my podcast, who no one's really listening, really, and it costs monthly. Exactly.
You got to keep going, bro. Can I address that?
Yeah, dude, go ahead.
Dude, when Zach and I first started Collecting Weekly, this was 2016, 2017. Bro, for months and probably like a year, I was like the only person listening to the show. Right? Like, it takes so long to get your name out there, people to even care about what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually listeners will start trickling in. And the key is consistency. If they know Will is going to be streaming on Sunday night, I am going to be there. Mm-hmm. So you got to keep doing it. No matter how many people are not listening to you, like you have to keep trying and trying and trying. Otherwise, no one will listen to you because you're not putting anything out. So
yeah. So it's kind of like maybe Disney doing a Ray show, like trying again and
yeah, if no one yeah.
And a Riva show. So
you gotta be consistent. That's what people rely on. I learned that from when I used to DJ in the bars and clubs. The first couple weeks probably gonna be dead, right? Because they don't know, Wednesday night's bumping, But once you start, people start, word of mouth. Hey, have you listened to this podcast? Hey, have you gone to this bar on Wednesday? Eventually people are gonna start coming and you'll run out of seats. So keep doing
you got me hyped. That being said, I might or might not.
I'm really passionate about
tomorrow.
that because we work so hard to get where we're at. And, I see a lot of people like get really like kind of discouraged. Like, no one's listening. Like, why should I keep doing it? It's like, well, dude, like, it takes time. It takes, in our case, years. Some people, pop up and they take over the fucking world, but we're not all that lucky. So
no, it's all about
trying.
consistency, man. Yeah. So see, Dean, great message, bro. Seriously.
And What's Go Mafia is not like, he's got a good following. So just keep it up, man. Like, it's not like he's a nobody. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, guys, thanks so much for joining on the stream tonight. We'll have some great topics next Friday for Lights, Camera, Collect. I think I'm going to change the format at least for a little while of that, just to have maybe 3 people in total. So myself and 2 panelists. So we're going to try experimenting with that. And then, this show will be back every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, be on the lookout for the next one. Supposedly, Dean, we're going to talk about this. Someone dropped in the chat that Game Toys Zach dropped. Maybe he released. I don't know.
I've seen some photos.
Yeah,
actually, I
so
saw
maybe
both photos of VTS and Game Toys. So I think they're getting close to dropping.
Because I have that on pre-order, so I'm very excited about that.
Wait, why did you have Sephiroth? Yeah.
What'd you say?
Final
Fantasy 7? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna do a preview.
Will, why did you have Sephiroth?
Anthony said Zach dropped Game Toys, so I got him a pre-order.
Nice.
Why did you have Sephiroth in the picture?
Well, because we originally were going to talk about third party, but we ran out of time. So that's why. And there's no better third party than that one.
Bro,
so.
you're not wrong. That figure is stunning.
Did you get it, Dean?
No, I haven't found it.
Bro, because you didn't listen. Bro. You didn't listen.
Wow.
All right, guys. We're going to end it there. Peace out, guys. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.